Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Many ex-Muslims comment on my video, and there are other people also who are actually not ex-Muslim, who are maybe from the BJP and RSS group, who actually come to show support to the ex-Muslims. I mean, there are two kind of ex-Muslims which I have seen. I think generally ex-Muslims become ex-Muslims because of the misbehavior of the clergy system or the misbehavior of the religious Muslims out there. This is my conclusion till now, generally speaking. But there are also exception to the rule. Exception to the rules are that there are many ex-Muslims who are a troll, and there are many fake ex-Muslims also. So I'm not going to talk about them, the trolls or all the fake ex-Muslims. But I would like to talk about people who actually uses ex-Muslims to fulfill their own agenda. And I have seen like people like David Wood. He actually sits with atheists or ex-Muslims to disprove Islam. And I have even seen the right wingers, BJP, RSS kind of people who uses ex-Muslims so that we can, either we can make Muslims vulnerable, their security or life becomes vulnerable, or they have a hatred toward Muslims or Islam. That's the reason they want to invite ex-Muslims so that to provoke Muslims, or it's their kink to provoke Muslims or to let down Islam, and they actually become very happy of people who are anti-Muslims or who actually want to kill Muslims. They are very proud of those people who is against Islam or who is against Muslim. They get a lot of footage from this RSS or BJP lobby, and so they use ex-Muslims to prove Islam wrong. Even David Wood does that. Many Christian apologists also do the same. My question to them is that proving my religion wrong. This is also for people like David Wood and other Christian people who uses atheists and ex-Muslims as their allies to disprove Islam. My suggestion to them, or my question to them, is that proving Islam wrong does not make you right. Fine, whatever you are doing, you have to prove it on its own merit. For example, Christianity. If you want to prove that Jesus is God, you do not do so by disproving Islam, rather you do so from your own scriptures. Similarly, if you say that Christ was crucified, now the thing is that the only threat you have, you know, uh, what is the paradox? What is the irony in this case? The irony is that the more you talk about Islam, even in a negative sense, Islam is getting promoted, whether you like it or not. So rather than talking about Islam, for example, David Wood, this is a suggestion, or any religion like BJP and RSS, they should talk about their own religion and then see how many people are actually watching them. They are actually not watching them to learn about Christianity or to learn about Hinduism. They are actually watching them because you are bashing Islam. And since Islam is the most relevant religion today, you can argue whether it is good or bad, but you cannot ignore the fact that it is the most relevant, it is the most talked about, it is the most criticized religion, and it is the most praised religion on the face of earth. Criticized and praised both. I am being neutral over here. Fine. So the more you talk about Islam, even in a negative sense, you are more doing publicity of Islam, and you are only targeting those people who are on the verge of leaving Islam. The core Muslim groups, the common Muslims, never get inspired by ex-Muslims or even religious Muslims. That's the best part of being a common Muslim. You know that religious Muslims fight with ex-Muslims and the Christian apologists, but one of the best thing about a common Muslim is that they don't even care. Whatever you are doing online, they don't even care. They just go to their job, come home and pray, live a good life, live a righteous life according to whatever standard they have set for themselves. But the problem is that the religious Muslims and the ex-Muslims or the Christian apologists, they are the one who is fighting, and they are the one who are actually dividing the humanity, I would say. They are not there for uniting humanity. You know, common Muslim have no problem with a Christian or even with an atheist. If there is an atheist who is working with him, that person may be a friend with that atheist. That person may be a friend with another Christians. There are many Muslims people who are friend with the people of other religion. It is the religious Muslim groups or someone who is preacher like in Christianity, or someone who has been the prey of the clergies. They spread these kinds of negativity online as well as offline. If you minus these people, everyone actually knows what is the truth, and everyone is actually following their own path. Now, that also leads to a question that me being a Muslim, my ideology is that a Muslim is a person who submits to God. So any person who submits to God, even though he calls himself a Christian, Jew, believer or anything else, he is by definition Muslim. So he does not have to convert to Islam. My position is actually very secure because I have no burden to convert people to Islam. Neither does Quran anyway say that you need to convert people to Islam. Rather, what Quran says that only religion accepted in the sight of Allah is Islam. And when Quran uses the word Islam, it means to submit. That means God has sent a religion and you should follow that religion and submit to God. So any person who is doing that, whether he calls himself a Muslim or not, he is actually a Muslim. Whatever he would like to call himself is irrelevant. Also, belonging to a particular group does not make you a Muslim. And that's the reason Quran says that there are believers in Jews and Christians. But the Jews and Christians are different group altogether. But the Quran says 2 times in Surah Baqarah as well as in Surah Maida that if you are a believer, if you are a Jew, if you are a Christian, or you are a Sabian, if you believe in God, do righteous deed, and if you believe in hereafter, you will get your reward. La khawfun alayhim wa lahum yahzanun, that you will have no fear and you will have no worry about it. And Quran even tells the Bani Israel, Quran actually tells the Bani Israel that do you think that heavens only belong to you? And Quran actually criticizes the Jews and the Christians, that the Jews claim that they are upon the truth, the Christian claims that they are upon the truth, and both are reciting the scriptures. So they are both reciting scriptures. So this is something which is criticized by Quran. And the same attitude, if you see whatever is mentioned in the first 5 surahs, Surah Fatiha, Baqarah, Al Imran, Maida, Surah Nisa, whatever the Quran criticizes the Jews and Christians of, Muslims are doing the same, unfortunately. This is very unfortunate that the Muslims are doing the same thing. So there is no point calling yourself Muslim if you are doing the same thing like the Jews and the Christians. Even if you call yourself, you will not be regarded as Muslims in the sight of God. God does not owe you anything. So coming back to the ex-Muslims, Christians, as well as Muslim fiasco, I would like to say that proving Islam wrong does not make you right, brother. And criticizing Islam is only, or talking about Islam negatively, is only helping the case, is only doing publicity of Islam. And I agree that the Muslims, current Muslim Ummah, has misrepresented Islam to a very large extent, for which they are paying the price. Islam is not going down. Muslims are going down. Muslims are just getting replaced. Islam is there and it will be there. It was even before Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You may not be calling it Islam, but Quran says that mankind was upon one religion, and Quran has shows that all the Prophet has actually submitted to God. وَقَالَ أَوَّلُ مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ, that I am the first to surrender before God. So all the prophets used to surrender before God. So any person who submits to God is after all a Muslim. We may, and even Surah Hajj says that each religion has different manasik. All for each religion, for each community, Allah has prescribed a different ritual. So Islam is universal in religion. It applies to all religion. It applies to, and everyone has the chance to get salvation or Jannah, no matter what religion they belong to, as long as they submit to God and they follow what has been revealed from the God, even the common things which they follow. Then our God is Rahman and Rahim. But if you do not follow what God has revealed, and this applies to Muslims as well, then that will never be accepted from you, even though you are a Muslim, because even the Muslims have introduced many bidats and shirk in the religion. So even if they do not follow, they are going to hell and nothing will be accepted from him. So Islam is about uniting humanity. It is not about converting them. And Islam says, Quran says, come to common terms as between us and you. So if you really care about humanity, if you really care about God, the first thing which you should do as a Muslim is to unite people on the basis of religion. Religion is a very powerful source, very powerful tool. Religion actually protects you. So don't, but the thing is that, like any powerful tool, it is a double-edged sword. It can use to unite people as well as it is used to divide people. So I am using religion to unite people, because Quran says وَحَدِّثُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا, that hold to the rope of God and be not divided. So this does not only applies to Muslims, this applies to the whole humanity. So why should I divide people? Why should I? This is also sectarianism in first place. Sectarianism is not only within the Muslims, it can be both inter-religion as well as intra-religion. If you are dividing a Muslim and a non-Muslim, even that is a sectarianism. Your job as a Muslim should, that you should unite people. Fine, you should minus all the differences and focus on what is common between them, and let God be the judge. You are not there to فَذَكِّرْ إِنَّمَا أَنْتَ مُذَكِّرٌ لَسْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ بِمُسَيْطِرٍ. You are not there to judge. We are not judge over here. We are only a da'i, inviter, or someone who is a well-wisher for the humanity. This is what we are supposed to be, but this is not we are. So I am actually taking account of myself, but I would like to ask any Christian apologist or any ex-Muslim whether they are taking account of themselves or their own community or not.